How much are you willing to sacrifice to get what you want out of this life? What are you willing to let go in order to get the things that you truly want out of this life? You have dreams, you have aspirations, you have places you want to go, you have people that you would want to see, you have situations that you really want your life to be about. How much are you willing to sacrifice to get exactly what you want out of your life? I know. When we think of sacrifice, we think of the craziest ritualistic practices that we can imagine, but that's not what we're talking about right here. What we're talking about is whenever you want something in life, there's something that you have to let go to get it, because two realities cannot exist at the same time. You can't be the winner that succeeds and the loser that doesn't succeed at the same time. You can't be the person that gets exactly what he wants, yet remains who he is as the person that doesn't get anything he wants. Doesn't make any sense, because two realities can't exist at the same time. You can't get the life that you dream of and still keep the life that you have right now, which is the life that you're trying to escape from. So this is what we're talking about in this context when we're talking about sacrifice. Thank you so much for watching, liking, and subscribing. Back to the video. Everything has a cost, and that's something that we tend to overlook when we have these dreams and these aspirations. We tend to overlook the fact that in order to get something out of life, you have to put something in life. We could think of this like a video game. You input a command and the response is what happens in the video game. Let's say you press the A button. What happens when you press the A button? The character kicks. You press the B button, the character punches. Just like in this concept of a video game. In order to get anything out of life, there's things that you will have to put in. And sometimes those things have way much more value or perceived value than we understand at the time that we make those wishes and that we have those dreams. So really ask yourself the question, how much are you willing to sacrifice for what you want out of this life? Think of your life, or your life journey rather, as a bridge, a long bridge from one hill to another. That's the final bridge. So you had to climb up all of this mountain, go through all of the inconveniences. You had your little backpack ready for the game of life. You were climbing the mountain. You ran into some wolves. Sometimes you had to sleep in the tree because you don't know what animal is lurking. You woke up with insects on your body. You brushed those off. You ran into adversaries, people that were hunting, cannibals. You had to defeat them, get past them, continue to climb the mountain. You were tired. You were hungry, you were thirsty, and you just kept climbing the mountain. You kept climbing the mountain, you slipped. Your shoes are all dirty now, they're full of mud. You lost one shoe. So one shoe's full of mud, the other shoe, we don't know where it is. It's just a sock that's protecting you in the minus degrees, the minus temperature. And now you made it to the bridge, the final bridge of life. And there's a person at that bridge. There's a gatekeeper. And the gatekeeper is like, in order to cross this bridge, it's gonna cost you everything that you have right now. So for the trip, you had your big backpack, you had a change of clothes, you had your favorite rings that your grandmother gave you, you had a special letter that your significant other wrote you, you had pictures of your best friends, you had your favorite headband that you wore every single time you faced a problem in your life. It was your lucky headband and it got you through everything. You had special little foods, special little snacks, and you don't know how you're gonna survive if you don't have these snacks. I mean, you've been eating one a day ever since you started climbing this mountain. I mean, this is the reason you're alive, right? But the gatekeeper says, in order to get across this bridge, you have to pay the cost. And the cost is everything that you have. We often don't realize this, and it's easy to overlook. But in order to get all of the great things that you want out of life, you're gonna have to give away the things that you thought that were great. Yes, you thought what you had was amazing, but now you've been presented with new information. And with new information, you're going to have to adapt to the new world that the new information is pushing you towards. New information means change. Change is scary, but that's what new information means. It means that you have to adapt to what is going on. You can't remain who you were and expect to have all of the things that you want to have after success. After success, you're a different person. Sometimes we say that we want things. We say that we want to be something. We say that we want to accomplish a goal. But in order to become the person that accomplishes the goal, we're going to have to stop being the person that doesn't accomplish the goal. You cannot be who you are now and be the person that you want to be later. With new information, your mind stretches. The way that you think is different. The way that you interact with life is different thing. And because of that, you're going to have to sacrifice or let go of things that are not conducive to that reality. So it comes back to the question, are you willing to sacrifice the things that you have to get to where you want to be? Back to the video. What are you going to do? Are you going to take the risk to cross the bridge and then have nothing of what you think that you needed? The things that you used to survive for this long? Or are you just going to turn around and just be like, look, man, I made it this far and this is what got me this far, and I guess this is the end of the road. A lot of times we're faced with this type of situations. We want something, we want to cross that bridge, we get to the bridge, but then there's something that needs to be let go of. Something that has been a part of us for so long, but we never consider that something that helped you at the earlier stage of life is not the same thing that's going to help you at the later stage in life. The things that helped you get past level 1, the skills that was necessary to pass the first 2-3 levels, is not the same weaponry that you're going to need to beat the final boss. But we don't realize that. We want to hold on to these things. And you're like, how does this apply to me? Let's say you just got a promotion at your job which you love so much, but you spend 2 hours a day, every day, with an online community playing video games. But the position at the new job impedes on one of the hours or almost all of the hours that you spend for your leisure time with this community. And you always wanted this promotion. You've been looking for it for years. But it might make things weird in your gamer community. It might take away from the peace that you feel when you play games, when you get home after a long day of work, that relaxation, that feeling of being in an oasis amongst the stress of the world. That might take away that feeling. What are they going to say? They're going to think that I betrayed them. What if that's the cost? What if the person that you want to become cannot be the same person that you were before you got to the bridge? What if they have to be let go? How much are you willing to sacrifice for what you claim that you want in this life? Some of us claim that we want to be superstars. We just want to have all this attention. We want to have all of this admiration, all of this respect. But then when it's time to work, when it's time to be disciplined, when it's time to put in the effort and the energy needed to become that person of value in order to attain and achieve that level of admiration, we're nowhere to be found. Where do you go? Nowhere to be found. We don't want to put in the work. We don't want to wake up early. We don't want to let go of those friends that we know that we're only around to waste time with. We don't want to let go of our habits. We don't want to start doing something different. We don't want to adapt. We don't want to adapt. So does that mean you don't really want the things that you want? Make it make sense. Isn't it funny how things are never really what they appear to be? Like, the life that you want with the glitz and the glamour and everything that you imagine costs so much of the life that you have now. But how come we didn't realize the life that we have now is so negative that it's holding us from the thing that we say that we want? Isn't that, I don't know. Anyway. Have that internal battle in your mind right now. What do you really want? And how much are you willing to sacrifice to get it? Do you know that in order to get to where you want to be, there is absolutely no way that you can be the person that you are? There's a quote that says, no man passes the same river twice. That's because he's not the same man, and that's not the same river. The river changes, the man changes. The person that you are right now is not the same person that you desire to be. In order to become who you want to be, you have to start doing the things that that person would do. That means if you see yourself as a professional athlete, for example, you have to start waking up early and getting yourself to the gym. You have to start practicing. You have to stop watching television. You have to stop spending so much time on Twitter or on X. You have to stop spending so much time scrolling on Instagram. You gotta wake up. You gotta have a strict regimen. You have to associate with other athletes that are just like you. You have to pick their brain to see how they do what they do. How do they perform at such a high level? You have to do all of these different things in order to become that professional athlete. Right now, you're not doing it. That's why you're not even a candidate to becoming the professional athlete. With doing all those things comes a change in your reality. Right now, if you're spending time doing anything that is not conducive of becoming a professional athlete, that is the reason why you don't have the reality of a professional athlete. Because you're not spending the time to do the things that a professional athlete does, you're not a candidate to being a professional athlete. But when you start doing those things, your life starts to change. Because you're not doing those things, you have a certain type of friend. Because you're not doing those things, you have a certain type of pastime. Because you're not doing those things, you have a specific way you like to eat, maybe a specific way you like to overeat. Because you're not doing those things, you have time to just lollygag and vagabond around. Doesn't matter. You feel relaxed. It's fine. That feeling of bliss, you have it because you're not doing the things that a professional athlete would do. You cannot have both realities at the same time. You can't be chilling and not doing all of the things that a professional athlete would do and still be the professional athlete. It wouldn't happen. It doesn't exist. How much are you willing to sacrifice to get what you want out of life? There's always a toll at the bridge. Are you prepared to pay the cost to live the life that you want to live? In every transition in life, in every change, in every growth spurt, there's a difference that happens. Think of this like a baby. The baby is under 1 year old or under 2, and it's crawling all about and crying all about and just making noise and making a fuss every second it gets. Now, the baby got used to this life. The baby, is always going to mommy. Mommy's going to take care of it. If I make a mess, mommy's going to take care of it. If I do this, mommy's going to take care of it. Daddy's going to take care of it. The baby is just living life in la la land. But then the baby has a growth spurt, and now the baby could walk. The baby's no longer a baby. It's now a young child. The baby can now walk. Should the baby expect for the same reality that it had when it was crawling? Absolutely not. Now you can walk. I'm going to teach you how to run. I'm going to teach you how to tie your shoes. I'm going to potty train you. It's a different reality. The baby cannot be the baby that crawls and the kid that walks and talks. Everything in life has a cost. What are you willing to sacrifice to become the person that you want to be? How bad do you need what you want? I know some of you may be thinking, Uncle Prince, this is easier said than done. I know, it's true. But it's not about how hard it is to do what you want to do. It's about finding what exactly is stopping you from doing it. Because when you know your enemy, you can fight your enemy. In most cases, it's fear. It's not if you can do the action to become the person you want to be or not. It's about the fear that is stopping you from doing it. And when you realize and recognize that it's fear that it's stopping you, then you could ask yourself the question, do I want to live in fear? Was I meant to be here right now, afraid, living as this person that's just small and not able to go because they're afraid? You have to answer that question. Leave it in the comment section. Now, just by having this thought exercise and really spending time and really analyzing what it means to want and need something, sometimes we realize we only wanted something because someone else had it. Sometimes we realize that we only had an aspiration because everybody else had an aspiration. We start to realize that we only thought that we wanted something because somebody else made it seem important, or our parents made it seem important, or our culture made it seem important, or our significant other made it seem important. But it's not really that important to us. When you start to realize what you have to sacrifice to get that thing, you start to be like, whoa, I'm not giving that up. Whoa, let's calm down here. We start to come to these understandings because we're not really that person. We don't really want to be. Now, you might be thinking to yourself that this is something motivating. This is going to get you to keep going, or let's go. Absolutely not. This message is absolutely not to motivate you. This message is to save you time. Take a moment and reassess where you're going and why you are going there. And maybe you'll realize you should have never been going there in the first place. Maybe you realize you should have never been with these people in the first place. You should have never been at that job in the first place. And maybe that will inspire change. Don't shoot the messenger. Sometimes you're just going the wrong way. You're struggling so much. You're having this conflict with who you want to be and who you are because you don't really want to be who you say you want to be. There's somebody else that wants you to be that person, and you just don't understand the difference between yourself and that person. You don't understand the difference between your ideas and the ideas of someone else. It could be the ideas of your parents, it could be ideas of the society, of the system, it could be ideas of the people that you love, but it's just not your ideas. And because you don't understand that difference, you're conflicted. You don't know what to do. You don't know if you're willing to sacrifice what you need to sacrifice. Coming to the realization that an idea is not yours could be the most freeing realization. Can be scary, but it's the most freeing realization, because the moment you realize that an idea is not yours, or a destination or a path or a journey is not yours, is the quicker you can stop walking and go to where you need to be, because there is a destination with your name on it. There is a location, there is a place that was meant for you and just you. And are you going to leave that place vacant, or are you going to keep going in a direction that you know by now is not your destination? Let me know in the comment section. You see, there's only one place for you. There's only one outcome for you. And that outcome is unique. You are one piece to a puzzle. Yes, the puzzle includes everybody. Yes, the puzzle includes every walk of life, but your piece is unique. So maybe it's time to reassess what you're doing and why you're doing it, so you can direct your life in the right way. Maybe you're stressed, maybe you're worried, maybe you're in pain, maybe you're conflicted, but maybe that's because you've been going the wrong way the whole time, and you were fighting to go the wrong way, hustling to go the wrong way, going against your values, going against your principles just to go the wrong way. Maybe it's about time you realize where you're going, because all you're doing is taking up space. How much are you willing to sacrifice to be where you want to be in life? And if you're not willing to sacrifice everything to live the life that you believe that you were destined to live, you're going the wrong way, buddy. Thank you so much for watching the Uncle Prince Show. Hello, Howell family. I wouldn't say I'm back, but I'm kind of back. If this message resonates with you, please like, comment, subscribe. I'm elated to be speaking to you today. I'm elated to be sharing this message with you today. It's something that really touches me, something that has affected me, and something that I know affects you or has affected you in your lifetime. Thank you so much for listening to this video or watching this video. I appreciate you, and I hope you have an amazing day. Until next time. Before I end this video, I just want to shout out to Chris Fletcher. Salute to you, salute to your family. Always commenting on every video. I see that you just got a new dog. The family just got a new dog. Congratulations. And I hope it's not too much responsibilities on your end, because pets, me, I don't know. And also shout out to all of the supporters that are here with me. Thank you for tuning in to the Uncle Prince Show. All of you that's been watching this channel for all of these years. I'll see you here next time. Peace.